Word excavator attachments are adaptable to any excavator as long as hydraulic flow and lift capacity are met. Because of variations between excavators, some modifications may be required before attaching your Word drill. Upon ordering your Word excavator attachment, you would have provided the pin size and quick coupler style of the excavator you plan to use with your attachment. The pin size and quick coupler information determines the adapter size and connections on your machine. In addition to having the correct adapter and quick connects, your excavator will need to have a case drain line and electrical hookups. Attach the EX feed mounting bracket using the pieces supplied. In some cases, additional material will be required, such as bosses to increase the thickness of the side plates because of the length of the bucket pins. Drill the feed mounting bracket to fit the bucket pin and stick pin sizes if necessary. On the excavator boom, determine which hydraulic hoses are the pressure and return tank hoses for the hammer function of the excavator. Excavator must have this function to operate this EX attachment. Route the hoses from the EX attachment along the boom of the excavator to the hose connections for the hammer function hoses that are closest to the boom mounting bracket, and connect the hoses using the fittings and couplers provided. Be sure that you do not supply oil to the hydraulic valve backwards, as damage to the valve may result. Drill pressures are set from the factory. If drilling with a do-for drifter, the accumulator pressure will need to be checked before each use. 55 bar high, 800 psi. 5 bar low, 80 psi. Find a suitable and protective location for the operator's control box in the cab of the excavator. The radio controller should be within easy reach of the operator at all times. Use caution when storing the radio controller. Do not place or leave near tracks, wheels, or tires. Conduct a daily inspection to ensure that all areas of the drill are functioning properly.
I'm George Novotny. I'm with Word Rock Drill. This is the grease point for the front chain pulley. You want to make sure that it's greased twice a day. As drilling, you get all kinds of dirt and debris that falls in here, so you want to make sure this stays lubricated and maintained and kept out of it. These are your feed rail clamp pads. They allow the feed to move up and down with the feed extend. They need to be greased at least once a day. They're on both sides of the feed, so you need to be able to make sure that those have plenty of grease in them at least once a day. The mounting slide has 4 grease points, 2 on each side. This allows free travel for your drifter or rotary head to travel up and down the feed. It needs to be greased at least 2 times a day. This is the chain tensioner. We tighten it up when it ships, and when the customer gets it and starts drilling, the chain will stretch, and it can stretch up to 1 inch. And as you're drilling, you'll notice that you get slack in the chain, and it should not move back and forth freely up to over half an inch. To tighten the chain, you have to remove this strap, move it out of the way, and there is 1 1/4 inch nut. And you just tighten it up, and it'll draw the chain tight again. Then you replace the strap and tighten it down, and that'll retain and hold your tension on the chain. Then you also have the quick change pins for the drifters, so you can easily change drifters, put on a rotary head, and all it is a simple 4 clips, pull out the pins, lift the drifter or rotary head, of course, after you disconnect the hydraulic lines. These are your twin drive gear motors, 360 positioners. There's 2 of them. You have 12 grease points, and it has 3 grease zerks on each side of the gearbox. So there should be 12 total, and you'll make sure that you grease those once a week and monitor the gear.
It is important to pay attention to your bar while drilling. If you notice that your bar is bowing, that is an indication that you are drilling with too much feed pressure. There should always be cuttings coming out of the hole while you are drilling. Utilize air, water, or grout to clear the hole as you drill. Clear the hole often while drilling to prevent getting stuck. Never drill in reverse. Drilling in reverse will unthread your bit. If you are drilling with grout and hit rock, it is recommended that you switch to water until you are through the rock to avoid flash curing your grout inside the hole. Take your time when you encounter rock while drilling to avoid pushing your bit off center and collaring the hole. Strong electrical currents and power lines may interfere with your radio remote signal. In the case of interference, use the provided radio tether. Maintain good airflow while drilling. If you experience reduced function while drilling, check the hydraulic flow of the excavator. How much air should I use while drilling? While the amount of air needed can vary depending on your drilling setup, you should not exceed 150 psi max when drilling with your EX attachment. What are you looking for in drill cuttings? Cuttings should be small rock debris, about the size of your fingernail. If the cuttings are bigger or smaller, you need to adjust your rotation speed and feed pressure. Air, water, and grout can be run through your swivel. However, never grout through your air hose. Always go direct through the swivel. Water can be integrated into the air system through a water pump for dust control. Contact our team with any questions. And thanks for choosing Word Rock Drills.